Thank you for joining this episode of Ask Codelation. Today's question comes to us from Quora, and the question is, how do you start a tech startup as a non-technical founder? And I think this is a great question for anyone that doesn't have a programming background to go ahead and answer. It's not as complicated as you think. A lot of people think that having a tech startup means you have to have all the technology up front, and being a non-technical person, you're handicapped. I completely disagree with that. I think the first thing that you need to do is you need to make sure that you've got a really strong grasp of your target market. You either need to have people that you can talk to in that market or have a real good understanding of the market, meaning that you've worked in it before, that you've got strong expertise in it. Because really at the end of the day, whether you're technical or non-technical, it's going to come down to, do you know the problems that you're trying to solve? So you've got a market in mind, you've got experience with it, or you've got an easy group of people that you can talk to about it. The first thing is to start asking questions. What are the major pain points? What are the issues that you run across every single day? Start asking tons and tons and tons of questions. You're going to get a huge list of questions put together. And once you've got that list of questions, you can start narrowing it down to really feels like, okay, this feels like a problem that people would actually pay for if there's a solution in place. And typically that goes back to making things more efficient, meaning that you're going to put hours back into their day. That's one way that you can typically monetize. The other is if you can replace a hassle, headache, automate a process that typically is done manually. So like automatic invoicing, for instance. It's a really crowded market. But if you had to before send out letters in the mail to somebody to get paid, and now you can just send an email, that's obviously something somebody's going to pay for. So you've got your idea of the market, you've got the idea of the problem. Third step is we see a lot of people coming in saying, hey, if I just had the app built, this thing's going to blow up like crazy. I would go the opposite direction and start super simple. Like almost you want to start so painfully manual that the thing does not scale. So in case of the automated invoicing solution, you'd almost want to have a system to where you would be able to control the invoices going out as the app itself. You'd want a system in place that you're doing everything very manually. You're very, very high touch with it so that you can get real feedback from the person instead of trying to automate everything coming right out of the gate. So hopefully these tips have helped a little bit to understand as a non-technical founder what you need to be looking at to start with. It's not as scary as you think, but get in, validate your market, make sure that you got people that are willing to pay for a problem, and really start slowly and start non-technically, because once you've got an idea of what people are willing to pay for, then you can go to them, sell them the solution, and hire people to build you the software. So hopefully this helps. Thank you for watching this episode of Ask Codelation.